Oh, hey everybody. Hey, turns out, if you read this book upside down, twice as evil. Pretty cool. Welcome to the Heavy Leather Horror Show, Home Edition, Quarantine, Week, I don't know what, 7, 8, 9. Could be anything. Hardly matters anymore. What I do know is that I'm one of your hosts. My name is Ken, and if you and I are together, that can only mean one thing. It's time for Witch Watch.
There's a white witch, there's a black witch, baby, which is a witch, which is a witch. There's a white witch, there's a black witch, baby, which is a witch, which is a witch.
All right, let's get to it. Crypt of Dark Secrets was directed by Weiss, the man responsible for 1978's minor, very minor, splatter trash classic Mardi Gras Massacre, which gained some notoriety when it landed on the infamous Video Nasties list in the UK, banning it from video shops over there. You could get it here, though. I mean, it was right there on the shelf. A lot of people remember the box. Obviously, he was a regional filmmaker, and that film, as well as this one, was shot in New Orleans. Both films were shot with local crew and talent, and they have a very homegrown, non-Hollywood vibe to them, for sure. Crypt of Dark Secrets, released in 1976, stars Maureen Ridgely, billed as Maureen Chan on the credits, as Bala, the witch. She is 100%, maybe 98% of the main reason to see this film. Not just for her incredible looks, but also for the weird pseudo-British accent she slips in and out of, the almost robotic way she delivers her lines. But mostly, let's face it, for her show-stopping 5-minute full-frontal nude dance. But we'll get to that later. Anyway, she did one other film for Jack, which is presumably lost to the ages now, and otherwise, she remains a delightful cinematic mystery. Who knows where she is now? She could be your mom. Ask her. The basic story is that there's an island somewhere out on the bayou, and on that island is an abandoned house. People have tried to squat there before, but have left after one night because they got spooked. You see, there's a legend of a witch who lives out there, turns into a snake at night. And that keeps people away. But recently a drifter, a Vietnam vet named Ted, played by a guy named Ronald Tannett, has been staying out there. The locals get wind that he's been stashing a bunch of his money at the house in his bread box. Remember those bread boxes? And a couple of the idiot yokels decide to go rob him.
Me, I think he got 15, maybe $20,000 on that island right now. Cash money. You hear that, Earl? C-A-S-H. Man, we could buy a down payment on a damn fine shrimper for that, yeah.
You know he's a retired ranger. He's not going to give us the money. We're going to have to take it from him if we're going to get it. We might even have to kill him.
So who the hell's going to miss him?
But what they don't know is that Bala, who, as we mentioned, is sometimes a hot witch and sometimes a snake, has been watching them all along. She briefly turns into quicksand and attempts to kill the fat one, but his buddy saves him with a stick. So she can do that too. Undaunted, they drown Ted anyway and steal his money. But Bala brings him back to life with her splendorous naked dance and tells him he's now one of the living dead. And then she has a flashback to how she became a witch, with like magic potions and fire and Queen of Witches and whatever else happens. Meanwhile, the hillbillies bring their loot home and then are shocked when the money is magically somehow covered in blood.
Take it away. Get it out of here. Oh, take... Oh, Max, get it out of here. Oh, get it out of here. Take it home.
So what you call not so special effects. They get so freaked out that they go to the cops and confess, but the sheriff doesn't believe them. So he heads back to the island to check it out. Meanwhile, Bala is teaching Ted the ways of the swamp witch, i.e. how to turn into a snake and how to turn into fog and quicksand and whatnot. Listen, I mean, a lot of stuff happens. When the sheriff gets there, Ted and Bala are like, hey, nothing to see here, man.
How is your little boy? I understand he was very sick, but now he is getting better.
Yes, he is better, thank you. The doctors didn't know what was the matter, but the old lady helped. Do you know the old lady?
Oh, yes. Very well.
And then the Queen of Voodoo shows up, there's one of those, gives the rednecks a treasure map and tells them to go find the hidden gold on the island. But I mean, you know it's a trap. And then Bala humps a coffin for like 3 minutes. And there's a mummy in the coffin. But none of that goes anywhere though. Anyway, the rednecks find the treasure, but do they get to keep the treasure? Or do they experience Swamp Witch justice? I think you know the answer. Now, you may ask yourself where the crypt is. Well, there isn't one, really. But you won't really care. I forgot all about it pretty quick. So let's sum it all up. A hot witch. Yes, 100%. Probably the hottest witch I've encountered so far. A variety, Swamp Witch. By the way, there used to be a great band in Portland, Maine called Swamp Witch Revival. Were they influenced by this movie? Probably. They're called Hessian now. Check them out sometime. The witchcraft was strictly voodoo, and that all checks out, I'm sure. Now, is this even a real movie? Not really. I mean, you could shoot it, the whole thing yourself over a weekend, but it's got a lot of cool swamp footage, if you like swamps, and Maureen Ridgely is such a knockout that it's worth it just to look at her. And honestly, the acting in the script isn't bad for something this threadbare either. I haul it out every couple of years, and I always enjoy it. You can find it on a Something Weird double feature DVD with The Naked Witch, and it also comes with a lot of bonus naked voodoo ritual footage. So, I mean, it'll keep you busy for sure. So, there you go. This week's Witch Watch, Crypt of Dark Secrets. See you next week, and until then, hail Satan. And remember to always leave something witchy. P.S. I'm wearing my Poison Boys t-shirt today. Support underground rock and roll because it supports you. See you next time.